Welcome to my Atari ST nostalgia trip, and I am continuing my little Sega summer tour with Thunderblade because, helicopters are just cool. At least they were end of the 80s when we had TV series like Blue Thunder and Airwolf, and I of course was very young, so helicopters made a very good impression on me anyways. At the same time, I will have to say, before we get too excited, my memories of this game are not very positive. I mainly remember getting bored with this game very quickly, and I'm honestly not looking forward to this one, and I'm not looking forward to playing this one. So is that because of my unrealistic expectations at the time, and is this just the bad memories I have from the unrealistic mindset as a naive child back in the day, or is this game really lacking in too many aspects? Well, I guess the only way to find out is just to start it up and just see what happens. Let's go playing. And yes, also this time I am playing the hard drive version, which should help us a bit with the loading time between stages, because yes, this game is a multi-load, just like Outrun was. I mean, each level has 3 stages within the level, and between every stage, instead of showing a nice transition from the viewpoint of each stage like the arcade cabinet does, this game decides to load the next stage from floppy and pause everything in the game. Which I find quite annoying. And of course, after loading, first we get to this title screen with this sort of nice title music, and I remember liking this title music a lot, but back in the day, any digital musical sound effects would be an epic experience to me, and I was just basically a very naive child back then. And while the title music isn't that bad, it says press fire to start loading. Which means the game hasn't loaded yet, it just loaded the title screen and the music, and apparently if you wait long enough it will also, or apparently I touched something, for which I'm sorry, but yeah, the game has loaded. I didn't care too much about the title music anyway, it's just time to get into a game, because also the options menu, there isn't even an options menu, there's just this title screen and a high score table. And I'm already annoyed by the game. How can that be? Anyway, I just pressed the fire button, and here we are. We're going straight into the game. And of course, the enemies are already firing at me immediately. And for some reason, I find it really difficult to see the enemy fire coming towards me, because I just died. I just got shot down, and I have no idea how that happened, because I don't think any enemy bullet was actually coming towards me, but I died all the same, which I don't know. And I think that's the main thing that I didn't like about the game. It feels like such a lottery, and look how much the frame rate is dropping. I mean, I do like how much how my own fire is actually indicating how much the frame rate is dropping, and by some magic I made it past the first stage of level 1 without dying more than one time. But as you can see, yeah, it's just, there's so much fire coming towards me, and I'm just thinking, how am I supposed to dodge it? I'm just sort of randomly moving my helicopter around. Because my helicopter sprite is quite big, I can't see where I'm going. So I'm just shooting a lot, hoping that anything that comes even near my sight I just kill instantly before they get to fire something at me, while trying to cope with this absolutely horrifically low frame rate. And I don't know how I made it past this stage. This was no skill, pure luck, I can tell you that. And you can see there's less objects, so now my firing rate really goes really quickly. And we get to the third part of the stage, which is this sort of battleship, where I think I have to destroy like lots of parts of it that are firing at me, and they're firing at me and killing me. And I don't know exactly which parts of the ship are firing at me, and now I think I can't control my height. I can just go back and forth. Yeah, I think behind these things there's something And I have no idea how I even got this far in this stage. I do know that I forgot to fire, I forgot to kill some stuff. And there's lots of stuff firing at me, but I don't know really which ones. And so I'll just, I don't know. And you can go back a little bit, but not as far, because apparently the reverse option of this chopper is very limited. And I'm sorry about the noise of the sound effects. And this being the first time since 1989, I also have no idea what I'm doing, which resulted in this very much deserved game over. So I almost made it past level 1, not knowing how this game actually works. I just remember the compromises made to make the controls work on a one-button controller. And also remember, if you get the game over screen, I think you have to sort of wait before you can continue from the screen. But it says congratulations, I have ranked number 6. And then it allows me to fill in this name, and of course it has to simulate the arcade. Because why would we change anything on the home version knowing that we have a keyboard available on our home computers? So many games did this and I still don't understand, so I've decided to complain about this in every video I do. So there's the complaint dust for this one. And well, I'm at rank 6, and at least this game doesn't immediately reward you like millions and millions of points, but I don't think I did very well. So I'm just going to have one other go, because why not? And of course here also, I'm trying to just gain some altitude, boom, and I immediately die. So what did just hit me? I have absolutely no idea. For me this game feels like a random lottery, I have no idea what's going on. Last time I got through the stage quite well, and you can see already that it's just... Now I'm I'm willing to shout at my screen just saying, why is this game so hard? And maybe I should just be shouting, why did I not prepare properly? But look at the amount of enemy fire when I just entered the level. And again, it's just so weird. So even when in the previous game I was doing quite well, I am already almost game over right now. And there's no good reason for it. There is absolutely no good reason. I mean, I can't really detect how the enemy fire is actually hitting me. And it's probably my fault, but it's still, I find it really annoying. Okay, I got past the third part of level 1. And the only reason I knew that was going to happen is because, again, suddenly my frame rate got a lot, my gunfire got a lot faster again, which means the frame rate got faster, which means there's less objects on screen, and that means there's less enemies, but boom, game over. This is what usually happens when I play this game. This is what you, and see, I have to wait for a while, because while this music is playing, it's apparently loading another part of the game, which takes way too long, because I have a 1 megabyte Atari ST, even on a 512K machine. Why could they just not load all of the levels in memory, at least one complete level? And again, I'm dying for no good reason. So the size of these enemy fires should sort of indicate that it's either close to me or not. And for some reason, I don't know. I do not like this game. I really do not like this game. And it's also, I'm dying because I can't be bothered. At the same time, I have to say, as much as I don't like this game, I really do like the sound effects. I mean, for chiptune sound effects, they're actually not that bad. They did quite a good job on these. But I have to say, I am already bored as hell from this game. There is just, I don't know, this game feels like just another very generic, very repetitive vertical scrolling shoot 'em up with which has this 3D-esque effect thrown in, because Sega could with their superscaler. This was just another game to show off the superscaler technique, I guess. But the 3D effect and even the change of perspective doesn't really bring much to the game. And it cannot mask the fact that this game is just so super, so super repetitive and boring. I mean, I know I didn't even get to level 2. So maybe the next level there's lots of new stuff going on, but I don't think there really is. I mean, all the other factors to make this game engaging are just missing. They are just missing so much, and it's just... So this is my, what, third time I played since 1989? I'm sorry about the loudness of the sound effects. You probably can't even understand what I'm saying, but I already don't want to play this game anymore, which is so sad, because okay, I was trying to destroy all of these. I wasn't really watching where my enemy fire is going, and it's just... I don't want to play another game. I'm also not going to fill in my name with this stupid interface. If I can't use a keyboard, you cannot know my name. But this is just... Nah. I never liked this game back then, and I really must admit it got very boring very quickly for me today. It's just, as technically advanced as the Sega superscaler cabinets were, and no matter how good this board may have been, it's just a really boring game that just... It doesn't bring me anything, and it's also, I don't want to get good at it, because it's just, after 3 plays since 1989, I'm already bored. It's just none of the graphics and technical advancement and quality of this port, if it even was a good port. I mean, it's a pretty decent port, I guess. None of that cannot hide that the original game was just not very good to begin with, and it really makes me think, were the Sega superscaler games really as good as we like to remember them? Because I think the biggest problems with these games are just ported over from the original. It's not even the fault of the programmers of this port. The game itself was just already really boring, and that makes me kind of sad, because it means my past, my youth, was actually a lot less cool than I'm imagining it to be. And with that wisdom, I guess I have to say, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.